My friends, everything in your life is working out in your favor. Even if you can't feel that, and even if you can't see that at this current moment, God has a plan for you. And you have to trust God's plan. Whether you've just lost somebody you deeply care about, whether you've just lost your job, whether some circumstance in your life has created a very uncomfortable scenario, none of that matters, because all of this has some kind of plan. God is doing this to you for a specific reason. Whether it's to protect you from something, whether it's to build your character and build you into the person that you're meant to become, or whether it's to bring you back to Him. A lot of the time, we may have a plan, we may set out to do this thing, but God knows what that thing can create. And He uses that thing, and He takes that thing away from you because He doesn't want you to go down the wrong path, or He knows that you're meant for something greater. So the very first thing you need to understand in these principles that I want to share with you is that if something has been removed from your life, it is protecting you. It is protecting you from pain. It is protecting you from heartache. It is protecting you from getting money too fast. It is protecting you from going down a path that would make you lead a life that you're not supposed to live, a very dark life or a very depressed life, whatever that might look like. Now, I want to share a quick personal story of how God will show you these divine subconscious signals, these things that will allow you to kind of fix the direction that your life is going in. When I was younger and I was in university, I really wanted to build a business in a specific industry because I thought I had seen a lot of potential. Now, this industry was the music industry, and I had a really great idea, and I was working so hard, showing up every single day, putting in the effort, even when I had a great relationship with God, and even when other areas of my life were perfect. I kept pursuing, I kept showing up every single day, and it wasn't working. I just felt like there was a hurdle every time I kept pursuing this business endeavor. Anything I would try, it would fail. Any connection I would try to build, it would disappear. And no matter how hard I tried for a very long time, it just wouldn't connect and it wouldn't work. And at the time, although there was a lot of frustration being built up, what I had realized was this is the ultimate form of protection. Maybe God knew that if I had gone through with this industry, that I would have gotten money way too quickly, or I would have gone down the wrong path and been around the wrong people. But for this particular thing that I was pursuing, it wasn't connecting, it wasn't working. And I felt this rejection, I felt all these hurdles, and I ultimately pivoted. And in life, the biggest mistake you make is being stuck at a decision and being stuck at a crossroad. When there is an idea, an endeavor, a project that you want to start the project, and God will redirect you towards what you're meant to do. And that's exactly what happened in my life. I ultimately shifted to a different business model. I was 17, 18 years old, and I wanted to start and build an agency. And at that given time, it was a great time to build an agency, but regardless, that idea had come to mind. I started getting these signs. I had an opportunity to show my strength. I had an opportunity to build my skills, build my talents, and turn it into a real substantial business, even while I was pursuing university at that given time. So I started my agency, and at the time, my relationship with God started to slip a little bit. I wasn't as consistent with my prayers. I wasn't as focused and locked in, if you will, on that given aspect of my life. And same thing happened again when I started my agency. Nothing was connecting, nothing was working. No matter how many cold calls I would do, no matter how many different types of ads I would run, no matter how many kinds of emails I would send and content I would post, I wasn't getting any clients no matter how hard I tried. There was a lot of friction. I didn't feel that there was a blessing from God. I didn't feel that there was this deeper connection to what I was pursuing. And as soon as I fixed that relationship with God, I don't see it as a coincidence. I see it as an opportunity to mend the relationship that's the only thing that's going to matter when you pass away. You're going to have to stand in front of God and show your good and bad, right? You don't take your wealth, you don't take your success with you, you don't take any material wealth that you've accumulated in life when you stand in front of God. So as soon as I tighten up and fix that relationship, I got the idea to start doing LinkedIn outreach in my business, in my agency business. And I was sending out 100 different messages every single day on LinkedIn to top executives and CEOs and startup founders in downtown San Francisco, where my school was. And within the first week of fixing my relationship with God, my business starts to take off. I start getting responses. I start setting meetings. And mind you, again, I was 17, 18 years old with not all the skills, not all the know-how, not all the talents in the world. But it was this pursuit of just taking action and letting God guide me throughout that process. I ultimately I ultimately got my first meeting, and I took the train into the downtown, into the city, and I meet with this business owner. And my hands were shaking. I didn't even know what I was talking about, but I tried my best to present myself in a very articulate manner and to solve a specific problem for this business owner, for this startup company, and I did. And I had presented an opportunity for them to work with me, for me to do high-end video production and to do high-end marketing systems. And it was a $6,000 a month retainer. Again, I'm 17, 18 years old at that time in university, and the CEO simply signs the contract, and that was the start of my agency. And fast forward, I got to work with so many incredible enterprise companies such as Fujifilm, Sonosite, luxury listings, and so on. And that process allowed me to build a business that does 55.5K per month. Because I fixed my relationship with God, and because I started to pursue a business that would allow me to build so many skill sets. Like look at this special timing of God. Look at the wisdom in God. If I had gone down the music industry, I maybe would not have developed these skills that I developed. I wouldn't have made the relationships in business that I got, these people that I got to learn from, and these opportunities that I have. Because through building my agency, I learned sales, I learned video production, I learned marketing, I learned how to articulate and speak, all things that will carry me throughout the rest of my life. But if I had made money quickly in the music industry or had gone down that path, I maybe wouldn't be the man that I am today. So you have to understand that everything is working out in your favor. You just have to continuously pursue and fix the relationship that you have with God so that He can guide you and allow you to pivot and find your path in life. And if you do that, I promise you, you will find success. It's not only to understand that God might be protecting you from a certain business or a certain lifestyle or a certain individual in your life, because in the same token, if somebody that you love deeply has left you heartbroken and does not exist in your life anymore, there's wisdom behind that. Maybe that person wasn't good for you. Maybe that relationship would lead you into a very dark path or a lifestyle or a life that you don't want. There's so many hidden wisdoms in life that if you really pay attention and connect the dots backwards of how your life has progressed, you'll start to move differently. You'll start to operate differently. You'll start to show up daily, present yourself, put in the hard work, be the kind of person you're meant to be, and the rest is in God's hands, because whatever is meant for you, even if it is beneath two mountains, will be yours. And whatever is not meant for you, even if it's as close to you as the white part of your eye to the colored part of your eye, you still will not receive it if it's not meant for you. So you have to understand that God's wisdom goes very deep, and although you might have a short-term plan, He has the roadmap for your entire life. And the second philosophy and principle that I want you to understand is that delay is not denial. When you make a prayer to God, God answers in three different ways. The first one is He will grant you your wish. He will grant you your dua, if you will. He'll grant you what you're asking for almost immediately. And in a lot of cases, if you've experienced this, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. The second answer is that yes, you can have this thing. You can, whatever you're asking for will come to fruition, but not at this time, because God is building your character. You're not ready to receive whatever you're asking for because you haven't developed the characteristics of the person who is capable of that. So if you're somebody who is lazy and living this average, mediocre lifestyle, you're not ready to start generating 20, 50, 100K per month in your business because you're not going to be responsible. If you're not responsible enough to carry this trust that God has given you with your own body and take care of yourself and take care of that relationship with God, why would you be the type of person that can handle these things that you're asking for? So God will delay it. That is the second answer. He'll give it to you, but He's going to delay it till you are that person who is capable of carrying that. And the third answer is that you will not get it through His wisdom and through His mercy because it's not good for you. Sometimes in life you might wish for something so deeply, but because it's not destined for you and it's not meant for you and it's protection from God, you will not receive it. As Muslims, we believe that it's something you'll get in the akhirah, which means the afterlife. God willing, if you make it to heaven, it's something you'll get then. But it's not meant for you to get it here through God's wisdom because He knows what that can do to you. It's protection, it's love for you. Look at the mercy that God carries. It's so incredible. So with this mindset that everything is working out in your favor, you have to have a sense of tawakkul. And what tawakkul means is this trust in God's plan. You have to wake up with this deep sense of urgency that I'm going to do what is required of me. I'm going to fix my relationship with God. I'm going to pray 5 times a day. I'm going to stay away from the things I know I should be staying away from. I'm going to show up every day in the gym and fix my body and become the healthiest, most beautiful version of myself. I'm going to make beautiful choices, and I'm going to work so hard in my project, my business, my endeavor, and I'm going to show up every day and do so much volume that it would be unrealistic for you to succeed. As long as you're constantly showing up like this, no matter how long it takes, it will eventually happen through God's wisdom, and He will allow you to find your path, and you will pivot in life until you reach your success. But in order for you to reach your success, and in order for you to build a great business, you have to be a great individual. And the only way you become a great individual is by developing and taking the time to get the knowledge required to get what you're looking for. And it takes a lot of practice, decades of practice. The most successful people, the people that end up becoming billionaires by using the leverage and the opportunity that we have today, they practice their craft. If you want to become a global speaker, you have to practice speaking every single day. If you want to become a tech icon, if you want to become a tech industry leader, you have to program every single day. You have to develop your craft every single day. You have to build great products. And you're not going to build great products from day one. You're going to build 10 horrible products, or products that nobody wants to buy in these beginning stages. So have that trust and discipline in yourself to show up every single day and allow God to guide you by developing the knowledge required, by practicing every single day. And a lot of you do not use your unfair advantages and your talents. God has given a lot of you so many unfair advantages: your looks, your ability to speak, your natural talent in a specific sport, whatever that might be. Find your talents, find your uniqueness, and use those talents, because those are God-given gifts. If you can speak well and you can articulate a message, and you live in a country that has endless opportunities, that allows you to become a millionaire, that allows you to become a billionaire, then you have everything at your disposal to succeed. And 99% of the people that are ahead of you are not smarter than you, they're not better looking than you, and they're not doing anything different but other than showing up every single day and having this deep sense of belief within themselves and this deep sense of purpose and tawakkul and trust in God's plan. And that is what you need. So my friends, everything in your life is working out in your favor. Understand the wisdom of God. When He is denying something from you, He is guiding you to the path that you're meant to pursue. I really hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching, and would love to hear your thoughts and stories on when moments like this have happened in your life. I'll see you guys in the next one.